Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We're on episode 4 of My Hero Academia. Make It Happen, Shinso. Like, Shinso just debuted last episode again since he had like a one panel appearance in season 4, but it's been at least since season 3 that he's shown up, and I'm really excited because I like Shinso's character a lot. I recently learned that his voice actor is the voice actor for Domeki from Twittering Birds, so okay. I like his character even more now. But I'm really, really happy that Shinso is getting some focus because he has such potential as a character, and I'm really, really excited to see what he's going to do on both of these teams, to see how that's all going down. It's really exciting. So I've been really looking forward to how this season is going to handle a lot of things. As you all know, when this episode's over, I'm going to stop my reaction, go read the manga, come back, do a non-spoiler review and discussion, and then talk about the spoilers from the manga. But so far, I've been really happy with the season, and we're already 4 episodes in. I know we've still got 20 to go, but it feels like we're really getting into this season already, and it's going by quickly, which is crazy to me, right? Like with this episode, it would have been a month since we started My Hero Academia again, which is wild. So, with that being the case, I hope you all are enjoying the season. I hope you're enjoying these reactions. I love My Hero Academia and I love the manga series, so I've been excited about the anime adaptation, particularly for this season, for lots of reasons. So, with that being said, last episode we got the first group. It looks like Shinso had gotten Beast under control and maybe they were going to win that one, but they have to put them all in jail, so that may be where things get a little complicated. I don't know. But we shall see. So, in any case, let's start season 4 of My Hero Academia, season 5, episode 4, here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Yes, please. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, yes. Oh, you guys. Oh, I I really liked this episode. It went by really, really fast, and I think that's because I'm forgetting. It's been a year since I've watched My Hero Academia. It's been a while since I've watched it, and I forget that they do a lot of recap at the front of the episode. So like the first 5 minutes was basically just recapping the last episode, which I'm not usually a fan of that. I kind of turn a blind eye with this show because it does do pacing really well in terms of adapting from the manga. So I'm okay with it, but I'm like, man, yeah, we just saw this. You didn't have to do a 5 minute recap. We're cool. But this was a good episode. Like I said in the reaction, Tsuyu pulling her weight. Like Tsuyu, I think we forget, or at least I forget sometimes, that she is, usually when we think of a strategist as a character in the show, we think of Deku, we think of Momo, but I will argue Tsuyu is right up there too, because I had forgotten about like Tsuyu and Togiyami when they were teaming up together way back in season 2, I think. Like they were a really good match because Tokiyami will put Tsuyu's plans into motion and is level-headed enough to do things. And Tsuyu's just a really good strategist. Like the idea of using the mucus and then the idea of like throwing Dragon Shroud at Beast to knock him out. Like the idea that they all kind of worked with each other's traits to get the job done. Like Kaminari basically sacrificed himself and he almost got Beast electrocuted if Dragon Shroud hadn't used the scales too. Which I find that cool because Dragon Shroud for Class 1B, his quirk is kind of bland. It's just like he has scales. But I like that the show and the series makes him use it in an interesting way. Like he's like, oh, they can be armor, but he can also shoot them, which is kind of, it's cool. It's a neat application of it, and it's where his character isn't just boring. It has a purpose. But Shinso, man, I love Tsuyu being Tsuyu and Kaminari were so supportive of Shinso. They're like, Kaminari's like, dude, bro, we will let you in our crew with Kirishima and Bakugo. Bakugo may not like you, but you'll grow on him. Like I feel like Kaminari was just inviting him into the Chad group of Class 1A. Like, dude, we'll hang out and be besties. And Tsuyu being so sweet, she's like, no, you don't underestimate yourself. Like you're already on your way to being a pro. And Shinso is just kind of self-loathing just a little bit. He's like, no, I've got lots of things to do. He is so present Mike and Aizawa's love child. Like, so, like, the bandages and just his demeanor. He likes cats like Aizawa, but his quirk application is very similar to present Mike. So, adopted child. I'm doing the Todoroki theory where he's like, are you All Might's secret love child? Shinso is Aizawa and present Mike's secret love child. I'm just saying. And Aries just their adopted daughter. But I love the idea of how useful Shinso's quirk can be, because even if you figure out how to get past it, you're so focused on Shinso and making sure that you don't activate the quirk that you're kind of distracted and not paying attention to what's around you, which is exactly what happened to Beast. So I really, really appreciate that very much. I appreciate the callbacks, not only to season 2, but the callback with Deku and Mineta being like, oh yeah, Tsuyu from season 1. Remember 4 seasons ago when she could do that? Like, I appreciate those callbacks. Those are really nice as well. But I like the setup of these characters, because as the preview showed, we're going to get to see new abilities. Like Vine, she had lots of new abilities that she kind of showcased in this, and the animation was beautiful for it. It's a shame it didn't work, but it was really pretty. So I like the idea that we're going to get to see our Class 1A and Class 1B, not only Class 1B powers we don't know yet, but also get to see Class 1A, how they've improved from the last few seasons. Like, I think that's going to be very, very cool. And next group is Momo and Tokiyami and Invisible Girl and Ayama. So that's going to be a matchup. Like, Tokiyami and Momo would be a really good pairing, but I'm curious how Invisible Girl and Ayama is going to kind of function in the midst of all that. And it looks like we get some Hawks backstory too. With, I forget that Tokiyami was Hawks was his mentor during the internships, kind of like Best Jeanist was Bakugo's. And so I'm really curious how that's going to go down. I think that could be interesting to see the flashback between them and what we see next episode. But yeah, I think that this is going to be interesting to see these pan out. If we're doing one match an episode, then the next 4 episodes are going to be at least dealing with the rest of Class 1A versus Class 1B, if we're thinking logically that way. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Other than that, there's not a lot more to talk about with the episode. The animation, there were parts where, I don't know, it seemed like the frame rate was higher. I don't know if any of you all noticed that, but the frame rate seemed to be a little bit higher. Like, it was so fluid in places. Like, there were moments with Beast and Kaminari that the animation was so fluid and well done that I was like, oh, that was noticeable. So, and I love the sound effect when Tsuyu hits Dragon Shroud. That was really good. That was a good one. So yeah, I enjoyed the episode. It was just basically the battle between those characters. But I have a little bit of spoiler things to talk about, not too much. But other than that, it was a pretty straightforward episode. I mean, the battle was really good. I like the strategy of capturing the 4 people and that you have to get them to the jail cell. So like B said, Koda was basically trying to get out. So if you fought it hard enough, you could make it difficult for them to get you to the jail cell. You really had to basically be tied up or knocked out or something like that. So, and then Deku, of course, taking notes and pointing out how Kirishima would be the trump card in that scenario, but they took him out first to get him out of the way. So I don't know. Next episode, Class 1B, other than Kendo, whose powers are pretty much kind of, her strength is kind of on par with Momo's, I don't know enough about Class 1B and that squad, that part for the next episode, to really know what they can do. I don't remember their abilities if we got them other than Kendo's. But it looks like there's going to be focus on Tokiyama and on Momo, so that'll be interesting. And the guy from Class 1B that's all black, his power looks interesting, so we'll get to see that play out next episode. But I'm really excited. I'm curious what you guys think down below about Shinso and about the episode in general. So I'm curious to know your thoughts. I've got a little bit of spoiler stuff in the spoiler corner, but that is about it. But otherwise, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful week. Please stay safe and take care. And I'll be back next week with episode 5 of My Hero Academia. So, spoiler corner. I don't have a lot this episode. And I'm excited that I don't have a lot. And you know why I'm excited? Because episode 4, again, pacing, show, thank you. It's just 2 episodes. It's just 2 chapters. Chapters 196 and 197. And it was beat for beat. I'm so impressed. After the muddling confusion that was Haikyuu earlier this year, where I was like, I don't know what we're doing. Pacing wise, the fact that this show has done 2 chapters an episode is impressive, and it makes me think that we are gonna get. So I talked a little bit about this earlier, and I was trying not to be spoilery, but yeah, it looks like we're possibly gonna get 1 match per episode. So if this was episode 4, episode 5 is gonna be battle 2. Episode 6 is going to be Battle 3. Episode 7 is going to be Battle 4. And then episode 8, I'm guessing, is going to be Black Whip. I don't know why last episode I was like, oh, maybe we'll get Black Whip next episode. Episode 8, it looks like, is going to be when Black Whip first appears. And I'm going to guess that they're going to drag it out until the end of the episode so that episode 9 can go into the Vestiges and Black Whip. Because... And that makes a lot of sense, because if you're thinking about it, then episode 9 through 12 would be ending the first core, which would be Black Whip, which would be Deku confronting the Vestige and realizing he's going to get all these extra powers. And that would end the first core and then transition to My Villain Academia probably for the rest of season 5, which I'm hoping that's what they do, because... there's lots of stuff going down in this season if it all pans out. I need to just go through and see when my Villain Academia ends to see if we're doing 2 chapters an episode, which is what we've done the last 3 episodes, then I need to see where that would end us with and what part of the manga that is. Let's, while I'm talking to y'all, just do a little bit of that. That seems reasonable. So we'll do a little math. Do a little math here. Whilst I'm thinking of it, I'm just going to do some little quick predictions. So I may stop this video and come back to it once I do the math here. So if we officially have 20 episodes left. So that's 40 chapters. So if we're on chapter 197, now I'm not a math major, so so if we're on chapter 197, then that would be 40 chapters left, so that would be so that'd be 197 to 07 to 17 to 27 to 37. 237. Oh y'all. But 237, spoilers, is they're gonna have to increase the pace a little bit. I'm thinking they're going to increase the pace a little bit, because 237 is in the middle of Shigaraki's backstory. It's towards the end of My Villain Academia. It's towards the end, but it's like right at the middle. Okay, so technically, the part that I thought... Let me tell y'all, the part that I thought where this season was going to end is happening, okay, in chapter 239. Oh, guys. Awesome. So, yeah, if we're doing 2 to 3 chapters an episode, then this season is probably going to end right where My Villain Academia ends, with Redestro giving Shigaraki the army. That just made my day. If they keep this, oh my gosh, you guys, the anime onlys, And so, yeah, I'm going to do some brain work and see some research between now and the next episode and see exactly when I think this core will end. But, oh, that's so exciting. Yeah, they could fit it in. Because I'm sure some of those chapters are going to get a little bit more fast-paced once we get to My Villain Academia. But ending season 5 with Shigaraki getting this army and having Redestro be on his side would be amazing. So I'm really hoping that's the case. I really am, y'all. Other than that, I really like, it wasn't a spoiler, so I went ahead and said it, but I like that they added in this episode a couple of the manga panels, like when Tsuyu hits Dragon Shroud, it makes that thump sound effect, and they kept the sound effect in, very comic book-y, very comic book-esque. I really liked that. But yeah, guys, this is I rethinking it, yeah, Black Whip is probably going to show up around episode 8. Like, we're going to drag out these battles because they are important, because it is showing off Class 1A and Class 1B and what they can do. Because the stuff that they can do in these episodes, when we get to the war arc, is going to all come back into play. So it's important that we can see what they can do, and I'm excited for that. But y'all, just figuring out that if we keep this pace with the manga, that we're ending season 5 with the Shigaraki versus Redestro battle. It's like this first half is all fun and games and all these little crazy high school kids and their pretend battles and stuff, and then we're getting to the real stuff with My Villain Academia. And I'm the Shigaraki backstory, you guys. We're gonna have so much to talk about when we get to it. I'm not gonna talk about it now because we have a long way to go, but it's gonna be good. And Tokiyami, we get his flashback with Hawk's next episode. I love that because that little moment, it's very small between Hawks and Tokiyami. It's a very small moment, but when we get to later on in the war arc, when Dobby's fighting Hawks and all this stuff goes down, and Tokiyami has that flashback to this flashback, it's so impactful. And I really like Dark Shadow and I like Tokiyami. I love their characters, but the whole thing with the angle with Hawks and the birds of a feather, like that, it plays such an important role in the story. And I'm sure I'll talk about it next week a little bit in the spoiler corner. But, oh, that's so exciting. I really like that. Cool. So, yeah, I feel like if you're thinking the first couple episodes are slower in this season, it's because they're wanting to do the pacing where they end season 5 with Redestro's army getting handed over to Shigaraki. That's what they're doing. That's what they're setting up. So you know what? If it's keeping on pace for that moment to end the season, and that's such a perfect cliffhanger, is that Shigaraki gets his army at the end of season 5, and it's setting up the war arc. If that's what we have to do, if we have to have a few slower episodes at the start of the season to get to the good stuff, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with it. I enjoy that we're having these slower, happy moments because, like I said, they are few and far between after once the season gets going. Once we get to Shigaraki's backstory, there ain't no much happy moments except maybe Christmas in the one episode that I don't think we'll even get till season 6. But yeah, guys, this just got me hyped. So yeah, next episode, I'm excited to see Hawk's stuff. Hawks is one of my favorites. And his voice actor is Gojo. Gojo and Kuro's voice actor is also Hawks. It's so perfect. It's great. It's kind of like Shinso being Domeki, sharing the voice actor with him. It just works. So, in any case, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. But otherwise, I'm excited. So, next week, episode 5 of My Hero Academia, season 5. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Take care. And I'll be back again soon with more My Hero Academia. Bye.